They say nature abhors a vacuum, but out in the deep wilderness, nature seems perfectly content to swallow us whole. One wrong turn, one sudden fog, one decision that makes no logical sense, and a human being simply ceases to exist. We like to think we're apex predators, but when the trees close in and the silence gets heavy enough to hear your own pulse, you realize how small you really are. Tonight, we're looking at 3 cases where the map stopped making sense. 3 people who walked into the unknown and never walked back out. Northern California, winter, 1978. 5 men pile into a turquoise and white Mercury Montego. They're close-knit. The boys, their families called them. Grown men, 24 to 32 years old. Ted, Jack, Bill, Hugh, and Gary. They lived with intellectual disabilities or mental health struggles, but they had routines, structure, and tonight the plan was simple. Drive to Chico, watch a college basketball game, celebrate the win, then head home to Yuba City. They stop at a convenience store, buy snacks, Hostess fruit pies. Get back in the car, it's a straight shot home, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. But they never make it home. Instead of driving south, the Mercury Montego goes east, deep into the Plumas National Forest, up a rocky, snow-packed mountain road in pitch-black darkness. Why? No one knows. The road wasn't on the way to anything they knew. It wasn't a shortcut. It led nowhere. The car is found days later, and this is where the logic breaks. It isn't broken down. It isn't truly stuck. 5 strong men could have pushed it free. The gas tank is a quarter full. The keys are gone. The car is abandoned. The search is brutal. A blizzard rolls in, burying any tracks they might have left. For months, the mountain holds its breath. Then, in June, the forest gives up the first of them. Ted Wire. He's found inside a Forest Service trailer almost 20 miles from the car, lying on a bed, wrapped in 8 sheets, frozen to death. But Ted didn't die quickly. Beard growth suggests he survived 8 to 13 weeks after they disappeared. 8 to 13 weeks. Outside the trailer is a full propane tank. He never turned it on. In a nearby storage shed, there's enough military-grade food to feed all 5 men for a year. He opened only a few cans. He starved, surrounded by food. He froze, surrounded by heat. Why? Was he afraid? Was someone or something outside that trailer keeping him frozen in place? The remains of the others are found scattered through the woods, bones bleached by the sun. All except Gary Mathias. He is never found, just gone. There is a witness, a man named Joseph Schons. On the night they vanished, Schons was stuck in his own car on that same mountain road, suffering a mild heart attack. He said he saw the Montego. He said he saw men standing outside the car in the headlights. Then, when he called for help, he watched them go silent. Their lights went out. He claimed something else, too. A pickup truck parked up the road. Later, a woman holding a baby in the shadows. Hallucinations of a dying man? Or did the Yuba County Five see something on that mountain they weren't supposed to? They went up a mountain for no reason. They walked away from a working car. They starved in a place full of food. Sometimes, fear is the only logic left. When you're with a group, there's safety in numbers, but sometimes a few yards of separation is all it takes for the world to change. The Appalachian Trail, Maine wilderness. For 66-year-old Geraldine Largay, Hiking the Appalachian Trail was a bucket list dream. Trail name? Inchworm. She wasn't fast. She wasn't an expert survivalist, but she was determined. She began with a companion, but after a family emergency, her friend had to leave. Geraldine chose to continue alone. She still had a system. Her husband, George, met her at road crossings to resupply her. On July 22, 2013, she started her hike like any other morning. She was only a few days from the end of her journey. Mid-morning, she needed to use the restroom. Trail etiquette says you step off the path for privacy. So she did. She stepped into the dense Maine woods, and when she turned back, the trail was gone. It's a nightmare you don't realize is real until it happens. The landmarks disappear. Every tree looks the same. Geraldine tried to find her way back. She walked in what she thought was the right direction. It wasn't. She tried to text her husband. In some trouble. Got off trail to go to BR. Now lost. Can you call AMC to see if a trail maintainer can help me? Somewhere north of Woods Road. XOX. The message never sent. No signal. She kept moving. She climbed higher ground to find reception. She tried again and again. It never went through. Search teams flooded the area. Aircraft, dogs, hundreds of volunteers. They came close, painfully close, but the woods are dense. Geraldine was small. They never saw her. The official search was called off. Her family was left without answers. 2 years later, in October 2015, a forester walking through a restricted military training area found a tent. Inside was Geraldine and her journal. She didn't die quickly. Geraldine survived at least 26 days. She had food, a map, a tent, but she couldn't find the thin line back to the world. She wrote every day, to her husband, to her daughter, documenting the slow realization that she wasn't going to be found. Her final entry was dated August 18th, nearly a month after she stepped off the trail. When you find my body, she wrote, please call my husband George and my daughter Carrie. It will be the greatest kindness for them to know that I am dead and where you found me, no matter how many years from now. She was less than 2 miles from the Appalachian Trail and even closer to a logging road that could have let her out. She just didn't know it was there. She could hear the helicopters. They couldn't see her. So she prepared a place for her body, zipped herself into her sleeping bag, and waited. 1 step off the path. That's all it took. Geraldine left behind a diary. The Yuba County Five left behind a car. But sometimes, people vanish so completely, it's as if they were plucked from the earth by the sky itself. The Great Smoky Mountains, a school field trip. In 1976, Trenny Gibson was 16 years old, a sophomore from Knoxville, Tennessee. She was hiking to Andrews Bald with around 40 classmates. The trail was rough, but clearly marked. Trenny walked at a normal pace. Students ahead of her, students behind her. She was surrounded. Around 3 p.m., the group started the hike back down. Trenny walked with friends. She paused for a moment, maybe to tie a shoe, maybe to catch her breath. Someone glanced back. Trenny was there. They looked back again. She was gone. No scream, no struggle, no sound of someone crashing through brush, just absence. At the bus, during head count, her name wasn't answered. The search was massive. The Smokies are steep, dense, and unpredictable. But Trenny was athletic, and she vanished in a crowd. Tracking dogs were brought in. They picked up her scent from the exact spot she was last seen. Then the trail did something strange. It moved a short distance down the path, drifted toward the direction of a nearby road, and then stopped, as if she had been lifted into the air or placed into a vehicle. But there was no road access right there. Over the years, fragments surfaced, a comb believed to be hers, reports of a strange man seen nearby earlier that day, nothing that ever held up. Some believe she ran away, but she left her purse and money on the bus. Others believe she was taken in the 3 seconds between glances. 40 classmates, teachers, a narrow trail. And still, Trenny Gibson slipped through the cracks of reality. She has never been found. Not a bone, not a shoe, not a trace. 3 landscapes, 3 disappearances, the same silence. We draw our maps, we build our trails, we tell ourselves we know where we are. But the line between here and gone is thinner than we want to believe. Maybe the woods are indifferent, or maybe they're waiting for you to look away.